What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Diesel Dog video. Got a fun one today. You know, we started from the bottom and now we're here. Got some headlights shipped to my door to do a review on them. Got contacted by some good people over at OEDRO for some headlights they have available on Amazon. I'll put the link down in the bottom. You can watch this video if you like them. Hit them up. They're pretty sweet. But you know, they asked me if I want to do a review on them, put them on my truck. I said send them out, take a lander at them. So got two headlights here to wire in the truck over here in 2010 Silverado. So let's get into it. This is how they came in right here, shipped in this box, both headlights individual boxed. I like this shipping because they're not like two lights just in a big box with a bunch of styrofoam or something around them. They're actually like in there, not all loosey-goosey moving around. So I opened one up. Right on top was the instructions. So we'll go over that. Nice detailed instructions. A lot of lights don't come with that. Even got some pictures. A lot of pictures help out if you're not familiar with what you're doing. And this is what we got. You can see it's kind of a stock looking light, but it's got some tubed LED kind of running lights in there. They are the faux projector lights. They're not actual projectors. I don't know if you guys remember in like 2014, I think, the Chevys, they came out with projectors looking lights. And everyone was like freaking out because they're not actual projectors. They're just halogen made to look like projectors. But you know, I think they're still pretty cool. Pull these out of here and show you what we're looking at getting into here. So as you can see, they come with a nice plastic film over top, keep them protected. I'm going to keep that on until we get them installed there. As you can see, they are going to require a little bit of wiring here for the daytime running lights, which will be these kind of tube, I'm assuming they're LED lights here for the front. Got the orange corners here, keeping it within DOT regulations. A lot of guys like to get rid of the orange, but I think these are pretty cool. They kind of keep that stock look, but a little bit of an upgraded look for these things. A lot of these aftermarket headlights have like stuff just going everywhere. You look like some Tron Legacy, which can look cool, but if you're kind of just got a stock looking truck, I don't know, I'm not into it. I guess I'm a little too old for that. But so I'm gonna go by the directions and take the old headlights out and get working on wiring these things in. If you've been here before, you've seen me take this grill and headlights out numerous times and whatnot. You gotta take this top cover off and get the grill out to get the headlights out, which is pretty well detailed in your directions they got here. It even tells you at the top what tools you're gonna need. 10mm socket, that's gonna be for your bolts on top of the grill. 7mm socket, that's gonna be for your fender liner bolt on the side. Obviously, you're gonna need a ratchet, trim tool, aka screwdriver, a wire plier. I don't know what, I'm assuming they're calling wire strippers, crimpers, or wire plier. Voltmeter if you need to figure out which wire is getting power for your daytimes, and quick connectors, which will be your like butt connectors or whatever, heat shrink connectors, whatever you use to wire those lights in. So then, pretty detailed. Make sure all your lights are working. You gotta take that top cover off, which I'll show you. There's your showing where how to take the grill out. I mean, it's pretty detailed here, so that's pretty nice. It even comes with a little, I guess you could call that a wiring schematic. I mean, it's pretty easy to follow if you're not colorblind. And then, yeah, reinstall everything and it should work. First things first, take your trim tool. You're gonna be taking your push pin trim pieces here out of there. And there you go, you take your top trim piece off there. I usually set it right on top of the engine here so you don't forget it. Don't set it back by the back tire or something and end up running it over. These are your 10mm bolts you're gonna have to get out, 4 of them for the top of your grill. The best way to get these is a channel locks or a pliers. Get behind there and squeeze it and pull the grill at the same time. You don't want to go yanking on this thing. You'll break those clips off. and then you won't be able to reattach it. You can yank it and pull it, and sometimes you'll get lucky and those clips will stay in there and then you can get them out. But my advice would be to just release every one of them while you gently pull on the grill, give it a little pressure this way, and they're not too bad to get loose. One more. There we go. There we go. Now you can start to see your headlight attachment points. You got a 10 millimeter there, 10 millimeter up top. Then you're gonna have one up in this fender here, behind here. Now the 7 millimeter socket it's calling is for this one bolt on your fender liner. You can pull this back and then you'll be able to get that other 10 millimeter bolt back there. There you go. Now it's peeled back and you can get your bolt back there. So once you got that out, you can pull your fender liner back. You'll have to kind of fold it back around your bumper there, but up there, right there, is your 10 millimeter bolt. You gotta get that loose. It's slotted, so you don't have to take it all the way out. Just loosen it enough to where you can pull the headlight back through there. We got our bolt down here loose. Now we can take these other bolts out. And they'll be loose. Now you can pull it. Sometimes they'll get wedged in this bumper a little bit. You don't want to go yanking. Make sure you don't scratch your paint here, but sometimes it takes a little. It helps if you hold your tongue like either to the right or to the left, just right, and it'll pop right out. I went to the left that time, worked good. Then that will reveal basically all of your lighting. You've got your main harness here. You can unplug and just take the whole thing right off there. And it's all right there. You can see I've already got LED lights in this thing. So I'm not gonna transfer these LEDs over to the new lights yet, but if you were wanting to put LEDs back in, that would be the time to swap them out, obviously. But I'm just gonna do a right in and go from there. All right, guys, now I got the old headlight out right next to the new headlight. I've already swapped over my harness and I've wired in the extra LED lights in there. They call them daytime running lights. They're going to be wired into your marker lights. Brown wire for your marker, black for ground. Now they spell it out for you here in the directions, which is pretty nice. Connect daytime running light red wire on headlamp to center brown wire signal park light socket wires using quick connectors. Never mind these two butt connectors here. These are from previous work on this vehicle, but basically your red wire is going to be going to your brown wire and your black wire is going to black wire on your ground. I had a little conduit laying around, so I put some conduit on there to cover this wire just to keep everything nice and intact. And then your low beam and high beam will connect right into your old harness. There's a clip right there for your harness connector. Your marker light turn signal bulbs go right into place. They come out with your stock harness and go right in. So looks like everything is wired in and ready to go back together. Obviously now all you gotta do is reverse your procedure. been a couple days and I've been driving on these headlights, just giving them a little bit of a test. It's nighttime when I drive home from work now, so they've been getting a workout. And let me say, they look awesome on the truck. I am freaking pumped on these things. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. Sorry, the grill in the truck is dirty. It is the Midwest and it's December, and this is real life, guys. A couple notes for install. There is a foam padding back here that you're gonna have to press up against the light a little bit to kind of compress that in there. I thought maybe it was something that had to come off, but the stock lights have the same thing. It's just to keep the plastic from rubbing on the paint. So I'll leave that on there, but just when you're going in, you're gonna have to give it a little bit of pressure up in there to compress that padding there to get to tuck in there. But fitment is good, no issues there. Installed great. Just reversed our procedure of taking it apart, obviously, and everything is fitting well. Everything is a little off because I've got a 2500 HD hood and grill swap. It's a little bit different than your half tunnel B, but those lights are tying into that grill beautifully. I mean, I keep like bending down and look at them and just like, it's just like an updated look. It's nothing crazy. It's custom, but still has a stock headlight look. You know, if you didn't know what you're looking at, you might think these were some stock lights. The kind of projector looking lights on there. And I am really happy with these things. Another couple notes I'll mention is that the lights did not come with butt connectors for wiring in what they call the daytimes, which is another note I have. So you will need to provide the butt connectors. I do not recommend Scotch locks. I'm assuming that's what they're calling the quick connects. Stay away from those. If anything, use the heat shrink butt connectors. If you have like solder available, obviously you want to always do the proper wiring connections. If you're going to be using these for a long time, you want to make sure you don't have any issues down the road. So supply your own butt connectors. And also just kind of clarifying something that I think is a little weird is that the instructions have you tie into the marker lights, and they call them the daytime running lights, but your marker lights are not running with the daytime running lights. So I do have the LED lights tied into the marker lights right now per the instructions, which I'm assuming that's what they want. But really, if you wanted these lit up with the daytimes, you have to tie them into the headlight connector. They are tied into the brown wire on the marker lights. So I did a little test. They are not lit up with the daytimes, but that's okay. You just got the regular daytime lights coming out of the projector style headlight here. And then when the lights come on, then the LEDs and your projector style light is on, plus the markers. So it's well lit up at night. Obviously you saw in the video. So that's just a little bit of a clarification. You could just probably wire them up however you want, really. Find the wire you want, the hot wire for, I mean, you could wire them up to your brights if you want, but I went by the instructions, and I think I like the way they're hooked up right now. Everything's working the way I think I like. So guys, that is going to do it for me on the 07 to 13 OEDRO headlight install in review. I would give it 5 out of 5 stars, to be honest. You get what you pay for. These are a little bit more than like the cheap eBay lights that you would find that are going to fog over immediately. I think these things are probably, if you're looking for a middle of the road light, this is probably what you're going to want to go with. So I want to thank OEDRO for reaching out and hooking me up with these headlights, and hope you guys like this install review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Just realized I was like doing this a lot, so I don't know. It's tooted. It's tooted, guys.